In the headlines, Vice President highlights Buhari's worker-friendly policy as Nigeria marks 2022 International Workers' Day. Troops of multinational Joint Task Force neutralized 20 Boko Haram terrorists in Lake Chad. Rescue workers save 9 in Lagos building collapse. Away from Nigeria, 100 Ukrainians rescued from Mariupol blast. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining us. And now to the details. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says Nigeria is being built through the daily honest toil of hard-working Nigerian workers. Professor Osinbajo stated this in his remarks to commemorate the Workers' Day celebration at the Eagle Square, Abuja, with the theme, Labor Politics and the Quest for Good Governance and Development in Nigeria. While noting the important role of workers, the Vice President pointed out that the nation building is the responsibility of every Nigerian, highlighting the importance of the administration places on workers' welfare as well as the gains it has recorded despite global economic challenges such as the fall in crude oil prices and COVID-19 pandemic. The Vice President emphasized that the administration has been steadfast in tackling the issues facing Nigerian workers, adding that this informed this implementation of the increase in the national minimum wage in 2019 by President Buhari. The first day in the month of May, usually called May Day, is set aside to celebrate workers and highlight their struggles. Also known as the International Workers' Day, it came into effect in 1889 to beam the spotlight on workers' struggle. It is considered a fallout of Haymarket Affair in Chicago, U.S., where workers led a protest to insist on working for 8 hours instead of the 12 hours a day, besides other welfare issues. The report.
Here in Nigeria, led by the labor unions, workers held rally across the country to mark the event and advocate for better welfare. In response to these demands, leaders across boards have been speaking today. In his message, Senate President Ahmed Lawal called for a speedy and amicable resolution to the month-old Academic Staff Union of University strike. A statement signed by his spokesperson Ola Awuni saluted workers for their patriotic cooperation with the government and other institutions in the collective effort to address societal challenges. He noted that since labor created wealth for the nation, the welfare of Nigerian workers should always be accorded priority. The Speaker, House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila, commended the resilience, commitment and dedication of Nigerian workers, saying their effort will not go in vain. Gbajabiamila, in a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Lanre Lasisi, expressed happiness that Nigerian workers have lived up to expectation over the years and remain the backbone of the country's workforce. The Speaker said every well-meaning Nigerian must identify with the workers because of their invaluable contribution to nation building. He therefore urged Nigerian workers to keep hope alive as government at all levels as well as the private sectors are trying to make life better for them. Chieftains of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, also charged Nigerians to work in harmony to produce a better country for themselves and the future generation. Tinubu, who described labor as the backbone of a nation, called for support to fully celebrate the Nigerian worker. Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State urged workers in the state to remain productive and committed to carrying out their duties. In Edo State, the governor, Godswin Obaseki, has approved 40,000 naira as the new minimum wage for workers in the state. The governor, who made the announcement while delivering his 2022 Workers' Day speech, said his government will continue to prioritize the welfare of Edo workers, equipping them with capacity and environment to deliver effectively. In Ogun State, Governor Dapo Abiodun joined workers to commemorate the day at Moshood Abiola Stadium in the state capital, where a march past was held. Addressing the state workers at the occasion, Governor Abiodun appreciated them for their loyalty, professionalism and perseverance in the face of the global social-economic challenges. The governor, however, seized the auspicious occasion to promise better years ahead, as he promised to settle all outstanding deduction, gratuity and other welfare packages. In the north, Gombe State Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, in a goodwill message, described workers as partners in progress, assuring that his administration will continue to sustain and deepen the existing friendly working environment and industrial harmony in the state.
And the Borno State chapter of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has demanded the implementation of the new national minimum wage, as well as a swift and amicable resolution of the disputes between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, in order to end the months-long strike. The union made the call at an event to mark this year's Workers' Day in Borno. The report.
Sunday's May Day at the El Kanami Warriors Sports Center was a low-key celebration for workers of Borno State. The state workers and other colleagues in their numbers marched to reflect this year's theme, Labor, Politics and the Quest for Good Governance and Development. The challenges the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress want the government to immediately address are the implementation of national minimum wage, resolution of the issues between the federal government and ASU over the 2009 agreement, and most importantly, the payment of pension and gratuity. Despite these challenges, the union acknowledged the prompt payment of state salaries, disbursement of 12 billion naira for settlement of retirees' gratuities, and however called for the payment of local government salaries and grants, among other demands.
Worrisome are those retiring and their benefit being computed on their present salary level despite the fact that they were genuinely promoted. Some with 2 or 3 promotion letters. Non-implementation of 12%, 15% and 33% of pension increment with effect from 1st January 2007, of which Borno is yet to implement.
In the ongoing struggle of autonomy for local government, state judiciary and legislatures, Labour has been in the forefront of campaigning for the independence of this institution from the apron of state government. This is in order to strengthen good governance and bring development to the grassroots.
The state governor, represented by Chief of Staff Professor Issa Marte, who highlighting achievements of the administration, also promised to table the union's grievances to the governor and lamented the accumulation of unpaid salaries and gratuities by past administration.
This government will not pay bribe to union leaders, because if you do that, what will happen to the workers, the ordinary workers? So we shouldn't blame even the government alone, but what happened to the past leaders that they allowed gratuities, pensions to accumulate?
The clarion call for nation building and struggle for better welfare will continue to be at the center of events like this, as they call for government to make the needed change that the country requires to grow.
Elsewhere, issues of insecurity, Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU strike, good governance and the 2023 general elections took center stage during the May Day celebration in Kaduna. Speaking at separate interviews during the celebration, the Kaduna State Chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Ayuba Suleiman, and the Trade Union Congress Chairman, Abdullahi Danfulani, used the event to highlight some of the challenges facing workers in the state with a view to getting government to address them. Former Senator Shehu Sani lamented the deteriorating state of insecurity in Kaduna and called on the labor unions to use their numbers to effect the desired change in 2023.
Government to take away our hard-earned freedom of association, as guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria through the distribution of forms to our members to choose whether to belong to trade unions or either to pay check-up dues has been defeated.
The ongoing economic uncertainty, job losses are increasing in geometric manners, and factories are closing shops. Debt of forex scarcity, high rate of insecurity in the land, to a level that today in Nigeria, hardly 20% of over 200 million Nigerians can sleep with their two eyes closed.
And is a leader that will unite a polarized nation, a leader that will deliver our people out of the hands of terrorists and bandits, a leader that will end the malaise that we face as a people. And it's only possible when we elect people who have, by their utterances, conduct, legacy, and stewardship, stand on the side of the Nigerian worker.
Over now to security matters. Troops of the multinational Joint Task Force Sectors 3 and 4 of Nigeria and Niger Republic have neutralized at least 20 Boko Haram terrorists. The task force, codenamed Malam Fatori Damasak at Forward Operations Base, Arege, raided the terrorist strongholds in the vicinity of Tumbun Rago. 12 AK-47 rifles, 1 mortar, 60 mm and large caches of ammunition of different calibers were recovered during the raid, while carefully concealed 5 gun trucks and a truck laden with supplies meant for the criminals were destroyed. Also, an MRAP fighting vehicle, which was carted away from the Nigerian Army position in the past, was recovered by the troops. Meanwhile, troops of the multinational Joint Task Force Sector 1 from Cameroon neutralized 2 Boko Haram logisticians and recovered 2 motorcycles. President Muhammadu Buhari has said the battle waged against terrorists who falsely masquerade under the name of Islam is approaching its conclusion. The president said this Sunday while sending his best wishes to Muslims in Nigeria and across the world, celebrating the occasion of the holy month of Ramadan that ends the marking of the Eid. Buhari, who said the fight has been long and hard, noted that victory is within sight as Boko Haram and its offshoots' final embers are now fading. The president, in a statement issued by his spokesman Garba Shehu, further directed increased coordination and cooperation among security agencies and assured that there will be no shortage of funds to provide security for the citizens. Now, a former military governor, Major General Chris Garba, retired, has identified the rising cases of attacks and related crises across Nigeria as a major threat to national development. This, he said, needs to be addressed with more budgetary allocation, among other initiatives, to ensure that the nation is adequately protected. He spoke in an interview with Trust TV in Otokbo, Benue State.
Insecurity has come to stay. There's no running away from it. We just have to manage it properly. It's the management of insecurity. Look at other countries. Look at Ukraine. Look at Russia. There's still insecurity there, growing insecurity every day. So insecurity has come to stay in our life, and it doesn't go quickly. It doesn't go just like that. We have to manage it. It's the way you manage it is what matters. So the management of insecurity is what we should go for. Not that we can get rid of it and forever it will be. No, it can never leave us again. Insecurity has come to stay. All we need to do is to have to manage it well.
You're watching Trust News Update, coming up after the break. Customs seizes 31 million naira worth of contraband. Details and more shortly. Join us again.
As the 2023 elections draw near, remember, evil prospers when good men and women only wish for peace, but never take a step to make peaceful elections happen. Are you a father? Are you a mother? What are you saying to your children as elections approach? Have you warned them not to let themselves be used to cause violence? Have you explained to them what the consequences of electoral violence might be? Do your part to make peaceful elections happen. Talk to your children. Protect them from unscrupulous politicians who want to put them in harm's way, while their own children are comfortable at home, within and outside the country. Let's join hands to make 2023 elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NOAA.
Thanks for staying. You're watching Trust News Update. Let's take a look at the top stories again. Vice President highlights Buhari's worker-friendly policy as Nigeria marks 2022 International Workers' Day. Plus, troops of multinational joint task force neutralized 20 Boko Haram terrorists in Lake Chad. Moving on, a three-story building has collapsed in the Ebute Metta axis of Lagos mainland local government area of Lagos State. The building, located in Ibadan Street, reportedly caved in around 9:30 p.m. on Sunday. According to Daily Trust, men of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service and Lagos State Emergency Management Agency were already at the scene trying to rescue trapped occupants of the building. A source said 9 residents have been rescued from the building. In a video of the incident shared on social media, a large crowd was seen in front of the building. Now, travelers' checks in different foreign currencies with a total value of over 1.5 billion naira have been intercepted at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. At least a suspect, Oguma Richard Uchenna, has been arrested in connection with the attempt to export the checks, which were neatly concealed inside 4 bound hardcover books disguised as academic project literatures, to the United Kingdom. The report.
A statement from the Director, Media and Advocacy of the NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, says the financial instruments were suspected to be counterfeits were discovered at narco export shade of the Lagos airport during cargo examination of some consignments meant for exportation to the UK on a cargo flight. In the same vein, operatives of the NDLEA at the airport have foiled attempt by drug traffickers to smuggle into Nigeria 10.89 kilograms of cocaine through a Qatar Airways flight. The illicit drug was hidden in 7 children duvets packed in an unaccompanied bag from Brazil. Meanwhile, raid operations in Kaduna, Ondo and Akwa Ibom states have led to the seizure of about 2,000 kilograms of tramadol, codeine, cannabis and heroin. In Ondo State, 401 kilograms of cannabis was recovered and 2 suspects who were arrested at Ipele Forest in Owo area on Sunday, 24th April. On same day, a trans-border drug trafficker, Chigbo Chinonye, 42, was arrested with amphetamine weighing 2.5 kilogram and heroin weighing 0.5 kilogram during stop and search operation conducted along Oron Ibaka Road on his way to Cameroon. He concealed the drugs using false bottom packaging. In Kaduna, a total of 47 cartons of suspected fake tramadol comprising 2,350,000 tablets weighing 1,222 kilograms were seized, while a dealer, Chinedu Asogwa, was arrested along Abuja-Kaduna Express Road with 2,919 bottles of cough syrup with codeine measuring 291.9 liters and a gross weight of 396 kilograms. While commending the officers and men of the MMIA, Ondo, Akwa Ibom and Kaduna commands of the agency for the seizures and arrests in the past week, Chairman, Chief Executive of NDLEA, retired Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, charged them and their compatriots across the country to remain steadfast and vigilant in their areas of responsibility.
Now, the Eid al-Fitr for 2022 has begun today with Muslims attending prayers across the city to celebrate after a month of daily fasting from sunrise to sunset for Ramadan. The festivities are part of longer public and government holidays in Islamic nations and will last for 3 days. Meanwhile, the National Orientation Agency has urged Nigerians to celebrate Eid al-Fitr peacefully by embracing togetherness and good neighborliness. Zubair Galadima Soba, NOA's director in Kaduna, made the call to mark the 2022 Eid celebration on Sunday. He noted that the value of discipline, sacrifice, respect for one another, fear of God, show of love, unity, and good neighborliness should be carried along even after the Ramadan fast to ensure a more united nation. The Katsina State Area Command of the Nigeria Customs Service has continued to wield a big stick on smugglers, seizing contraband worth over 31 million naira from 1st of April to date. The area controller, Dalha Wadachedi, gave the hints while briefing newsmen on the activities of the command in Katsina. Abdullahi Amadi tells us more.
Customs operatives have sworn to reduce smuggling activities to the barest minimum and are urging offenders to seek alternative sources of livelihood that are more profitable and healthy. The customs, within the space of only 25 days, succeeded in arresting and seizing 398 bags of foreign rice valued at about 8 million naira. Other seized goods are cartons of foreign spaghetti, macaroni, vegetable oil, and petrol, as well as cow skin.
As means of conveyance. Then we go straight to the 98 bags of 50 kg each. They be valued at 8,756,000 naira.
The customs operatives also seized dozens of jerrycans containing diesel and petrol, besides several cooking gas cylinders from the smugglers.
I've been telling you, and today we'll tell you again, we have the prohibition list and custom prohibition list. We have trade and custom prohibition list absolute. And all these are contained inside our website. I've directed the PRO to give you the website so you can go through and see it for yourselves.
Some of the contrabands are used vehicles which the service says are not cleared to be used in Nigeria.
That's why we started having stakeholders meeting. We're enlightening them on actually what to bring in as an import and what to bring out as an export. Most important thing is get the knowledge first. We are ready. Even today we sat down with them. Yesterday we sat down with them. Therefore, in due course, we will not get them at least acquainted with what is the right thing to do.
The controller urged smugglers to take advantage of the reopening of Jibia International Border to follow due process by paying customs duty to ensure validity of their goods and services. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Away from Nigeria, around 100 Ukrainian civilians rescued from a huge industrial complex in the port of Mariupol are expected to arrive this morning in the city of Zaporizhia, which is controlled by Ukraine. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has said he hopes evacuations from Mariupol will continue today if conditions allow. The Ukrainian government says around 1,000 civilians remain trapped in the steel plant, as well as hundreds wounded soldiers. But speaking in his nightly address, President Zelensky said they will eventually be taken to the Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia. And with that, we wrap up Trust News Update. You can watch more by connecting with us via our social media platforms and also subscribing to our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.